Hello and welcome to Bub's Comics. You're watching Bub's Comics, and that's what you're watching. And here it is. All right, we already got a couple people in the background there. Las Cruces, 1971 is in the house. What's up, Las Cruces? It's good to have you. Bub's Comics. We don't know who that guy is. We're not worried about him too bad. All right, and Benny C's in the house. All right, good to have y'all. We're just gonna do. I wasn't able to get video film this week, so we're just going to kind of do a live comic haul, and then we can just chat around and see what all you guys want to talk about. And that sounds like fun to me. Let me know how the video looks. I'm trying something a little bit different. I'm kind of looping through StreamYard and doing a virtual camera with some filter settings. So let me know if it looks okay, and if my audio, more importantly, if my audio is in sync, because from here it looks like I'm kung fu fighting, but I can't tell. Hey, what's going on, Agu? Good to have you. All right. So first up, I got my books in from MyComicShop.com. Link will be somewhere down below. Let's see. We got, hey, look at that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Glad it's working. What's up, bro? Video is great. Audio is great as well. Okay, good deal. All right. Because on my end, it looks a little choppy, but I'm good with that as long as it's streaming okay. All right, thanks, DS. Good to have you. Hey, hop on if you want. You're always welcome. If the baby's asleep and all that good stuff. So first off, we got Wizard number 129, the Comics Magazine, and we have this great Adam Hughes cover. This is my monthly subscription. You know, I have them build a box for me every month, and then this is what I got. Let's see. Little DS is sitting here watching with me. Oh, that's great. Hey, it's Uncle Bub. Yep. Look at that. All right. There you go. Nice Adam Hughes cover. And these Wizard magazines are a lot of fun, to go through. And they always have just terrible, it's like the world's worst reporting on the comic industry and stuff like that. So that is how it is. But great Adam Hughes cover. All right. CB's in the house. What's going on? And the Jackson Roy Kirk. Stop scaring the kid, he says. Hey, if you bring the kid to me, it's not my fault. They get scared. DS, it was so good to see you on some pictures from BaltCon. I didn't know you were going. I mean, I know that if there was ever going to be one that you could kind of sneak away to, it would be BaltCon. But if you know for sure that you're going next year, I would like to try to make it up there. I do. My brother lives in Maryland somewhere, so just don't tell him I'm in the state. We'll figure it out. All right. Hey, what's going on? Comic Mag Musings. I think I threw the link out there somewhere in Instagram world. So if you happen upon it, hop on. You're welcome to join me. I'm just showing off some books I picked up. So. All right. So next up, we got Darth Vader number 28. So the way it works with MyComicShop.com is that you have to have some books in your pre-orders. And if you don't have any books in your pre-orders, you don't get anything shipped. So you got to make sure that you pick up at least one book a month on pre-order. So this is the book I chose. It's a Greg Land variant of Darth Vader number 28. And you all know I'm a big Greg Land fan. So there you go. His kid said, yeah, that's about right. There you go. So I think that's really cool. He's reaching out. I really like the design on the Stormtroopers. I think they look kind of funky, but cool. So I'm digging this. I really am. Jackson, I don't know if I've got you on any Instagram chats, but Bill sent him the link. You guys are always welcome. Everybody's always welcome on my channel. It really, even if I don't like you that well, or you think I don't like you that well, you're probably still welcome, because you can come on and I'll just make fun of you. So we got, we're going to go a little Bronze Age here. You guys know that I'm always collecting any kind of, sub 100. To me, any sub 100 ASM and any sub 100 Fantastic Four, anything. What's up, Seawood? Anything that's kind of that silver to bronze, where the first 100 issues or so are between the silver and the Bronze Age. I dig that. So I pick those up when I can on the cheap. So here's X-Men number 82. Nestled perfectly in the reprint run. we're glad to have that. So this one, of course, is not in fantastic shape, but we're not too worried about that. We definitely want to work on this run. It's amazing. I've been doing this for a little over a year, picking up these kind of odds and ends books. If I see them for under $20, I grab one. And if I see two for under 20 each, then I pick them up and I keep the better one and I put the other one in my sale pile. So it's been working out pretty good. I can't believe how many of these I've picked up. And I'm closing in on almost a complete run of the reprint series. And then also several of the earlier issues, in the 40s and 30s and 50s. I'm picking up a few of those too. So this little strategy has been working out well for me. And I don't have any great emotional attachment to this run necessarily. My X-Men team are much more the the 90s run and Jim Lee stuff. And if not that, then definitely from Giant Size X-Men and beyond. So that's what I'm usually doing. Surely I got some moderators in the chat. Thank you, Bill, for taking care of that. Good man. They follow me around everywhere I go. I went to the health clinic to try and get rid of them, and I can't get rid of it. So there you go. Tyrannosaurus strikes, or Tyrannus strikes, or Tyrannus, I think it's called. Sorry about that, little DS. Wow, I know a guy who's selling his X-Men 1 CGC 1.8. I saw recently that the prices on those big Silver Age keys have been dropping lately. I think they're coming back down to earth a little bit, and that's fine. They're going to ramp back up, I think, when movie news and everything else. So, but I think overall the comic market is coming back down to earth some, which is pleasant to see. And also the market has been flooded with all these books. People are finally getting books back from CGC. Their turnaround times have got lower again. So we're seeing a lot of books in the market right now. And people are pretty savvy now. So when a book gets hot, people are just flooding the market with that book. And, I think there's more supply than demand. And a lot of people have been burned over the last, I feel like this heavy spec market's been going on for almost 3 years. And I feel like people are just getting so burned on all these spec books that they bought and held on to, thinking they were long-term specs instead of quick flips. And I think they're just getting burned so much that they're not, they're kind of shying away from jumping in on every spec book now. I think they're kind of learning a little bit, which is good. I think that's more normal especially for collectors who are looking to pick up, regular books. I would like to get my hands on an X-Men 1. It won't be anytime soon. Although it is high on my list, I'd much rather have a Hulk 1 than an X-Men 1. Like that's way higher on my list. So we'll see. Next I got Captain America 105. And I just picked this book up. So my system is not perfect in that when I get one of these books, oftentimes I will buy two by accident because I don't necessarily. So here's what happens. I have a want list. I select off my want list. I get a book. What's up, Imperious Flex? I get a book that comes in and I get an alert. I buy it, right? But I don't strike anything off my list until I have it in hand. And especially on ones that I am not, I haven't seen the condition of. So I don't know if it's a keeper yet. So I don't want to not purchase another book that I think might be better than the one I just bought. So until I have it in my hand. So a lot of times I'll end up in the same month with one or two books that are the same, just because I want to make sure I got a good copy and I can always offload the other one. This one, I haven't checked my other copy yet, but I think it's far superior to that one. This one has really bright yellows. It's a really bright yellow cover. Nice ketchup and mustard with the Captain America logo. It's just super sweet. I'm digging it. Digging it all day long. So, all right. We got how's his can, Bubs? Whose can? I don't know what we're talking about. I missed it. Hey, Jimmy the Geek's in the house. What's going on? I sometimes do that. I will have a box sitting for 6 months and I will accidentally get something that is in that box. I don't know how you do it, Bill. I know you set up your videos 10 months in advance. You sit there with boxes unopened. I can't do that. Like I I just can't. Oh, Americans. Yeah, I got you. Um yeah, I have to open it right away. Tucson or Tuscan. You guys are going crazy. All right. Next up, we have Marvel Spotlight #1. So, DS, if he's still in the house, we've talked a lot about collecting downhill in the past, and that's picking up the big keys of a run and then working your way down. Well, sometimes I go cold on that because I'll pick up the big key and then I'm like done. I'm like, all right, I don't need any more. That's good enough. But for this run, I recently came across a low grade, cheap copy of like a Marvel Spotlight 8 or so. And I already have the major keys from that run from Marvel Spotlight. So I have my Marvel Spotlight 5. I've got Marvel maybe Spotlight 28 or whatever. I've got all those, right? So I thought it was time to start filling in some of the minor keys or the lesser keys. So he's saying, collecting downhill is objectively the right way to do it. I agree. But sometimes you stop. Sometimes you get to the top and you don't keep rolling down the hill. And you never know. Some of those minor keys turn out to be bigger keys later on. So it's good to keep going, is my point. And sometimes I get bad and I'll just stop. I'm like, all right, I got the 3 major keys from that run and I'm done. But on this Marvel Spotlight, I'm going to try and keep collecting even through the minor keys, getting the 3rd, 4th, 5th appearance of of Ghost Rider, and then doing it like that. So let's see. Red Wolf is a fun character. Yes, he is. Big spec book right now on that Marvel Spotlight 1. Well, there you go. We'll see how it goes. Bill sits in his video for 6 to 12 months. Not long enough for me. You guys are crazy. I get that way too. You start looking at bigger keys elsewhere. Yes. And it's always a function of how much money do you have? How much are you willing to spend right now on this book? And then every now and then in the back of my mind, I still, sometimes you spend so long hunting a book that even after you've acquired it, you keep seeing it. And when you see it, you're like, that's a good price for that book. It maybe is even better than the one you just paid for. And you're like, maybe I should get that too. So the money moves around a lot. But it's good because I've been selling a lot of books this year, going to conventions, setting up, and that's been a lot of fun. And you get to talk to people and meet people, and it's really nice. I think it's way better than like owning a shop. I don't think I would ever want to own a comic shop. And the main reason is that I'm friendly and I'm outgoing. And I think I get along with most people, but I will say, given enough time, I get tired of kind of holding my tongue, and often I'll just say whatever I'm thinking. And that becomes a problem when you're trying to run a business and you're, engaging with the people, and how particular we'll say some people in our small comic communities get. And I don't want to have a conversation with the same 21-year-old that comes in literally every day, flips through the comics and looks through the games and wants to talk about things I don't care about. And then after, 3 weeks of doing that every day, maybe he spent $10. And it's like, I don't have the patience for that kind of stuff at all. So, but the conventions are not really like that. Somebody comes to the table, they talk to you for 5-10 minutes, and it's a nice little conversation. And whatever they're talking about, I can talk about for 10 minutes, and it's a lot of fun. So, that's what I'm enjoying. Getting to know the comic people is good in small doses. So, all right, what do we got? I don't think mini cons are the way to go. I have a whole series on that. We need to get to that series. Let me know where we're at on the road to a key, somebody else was had just recently started a Road to a Key video series, and I was this tempted to say I give it 4 episodes. That is probably the most difficult string of videos and series that you can make, is a Road to a Key, because you set all these rules for yourself. But we all know the best way to shop for comics is to break your own rules. So you set all these rules, and then you start, well, this actually happened, and I was on the way home here, and even though it wasn't in the budget, I kind of did this and I kind of did that. Then this doesn't really count because I bought it in a group of 50 books. So I'm going to say the value is here. So it's very difficult to track all that. And most of those series fizzle out. And sadly too, because they're kind of fun to watch until they just disappear. So let me know, Jimmy, when you're back on the hunt for that one. Too random to have it. Yeah, that's true. I get in trouble, I'm sure. Let's see what else we got here. Hey Mom, did you hear that guy sigh when I came in? Yeah, pretty much. Games and Nintendo. I don't know what you're drinking tonight, Agu. Games and Nintendo. I don't know what you're talking about. Am I playing any games? Do I have any thoughts on Nintendo? I don't know. You let me know. All right. Speaking of Marvel Spotlight, some more. Here is Ghost Rider number 8. Oh my gosh, look at this. I broke it. Actually, it's Marvel Spotlight number 8. The Which Man Cometh. Which man cometh? That man cometh. There you go. Marvel Spotlight number 8 with the tragic. Now, I didn't see this book, and I broke my rule. So usually I'm a 2.0 and above when I pick up anything sight unseen. So this was one of those that they had available, and there was no picture for it, no scans available. So, but it was so cheap, I just bought it anyway. I think I gave like $6 for this, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do that. But this area here, I didn't know it was going to be that destroyed. So I'm going to hold on to it. But this is the problem with something like this, is that it's almost unsellable in person. So like if I go on there and start like putting up books for sale in a bin, and somebody pulls this out, they're like, what's this guy trying to get for that? It's almost a book you have to give away. So there you go. All right. He said, you said the kid will look through the games. What games are you talking about? Oh, like most of the comic shops around here do like tabletop board games and stuff like that, card games, and they'll dig through those kinds of games, and they just start talking about it. And I don't know anything about gaming, tabletop gaming, any of that stuff, but these kids are really into it. I mean, they are 100% deep into this world. And if you don't know every little thing, they look at you like, well, what are you even doing owning a shop for? I'm like, I'm selling this other, stuff. So, buy it or not, you end up having, like most shops end up having some sort of gaming expert in the building, some Pokemon guy who's willing to take the hits. Do you mean the $200 grill? So I'll be starting it back. Yes, that's what I mean. Next year, now that the prices are almost back to reasonable, I don't blame you there. Makes sense. Everything keeps going up. Only in Seattle. Let's see. I'll give you $5 for a Bubs. Nope. I'm not taking the dollar loss until I get another copy. And all right. So we're good. Yeah, table stop. We got $4. No, the price is going down. Hey, look what we have. Hey, what's going on, Warlock?
What's up, Bubs? What's going on?
Good to have you. Your beanie's looking tight.
It's tight.
That's nice.
What's going on? What are you showing off?
We're just showing off some books that I picked up at MyComicShop.com on sale at your local shop. Here's one you may like or not. I don't know. We'll see if you like it.
What's up?
Do you like horror movies at all?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, this is one that I think every kid my age all of a sudden was looking at girls dressed in leather just a little differently. We got Underworld number 0. And this one is actually kind of a tough book to get. Like this one is, I've been hunting this for over 2 years and I've never seen a copy available until now. And I snagged it. And they've done some homage covers, like a few publishers have put out some homage covers, but I've never seen the real one out before. So here it is, Underworld number 0.
You got that from My Comic Shop?
Yeah.
So
it's IDW. It was $7 when it came out. Can you believe that?
Yeah. So do you put it?
I don't know if I would have paid $7.
You add it to your cart when it's not there, and when it shows up, that you buy it, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I have a want list set up and notifications, and when one comes available, you got to be like lightning fast. Like most of these that I pick up, I go from finding out it's available to purchasing it in less than 10 seconds.
Right.
Like you got to doom, 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 boom, and then you're done and you own it.
Yeah, because sometimes you can go through that and then add them to your cart. By the time you check out, 3 of your books are gone because somebody else added to their cart also.
Totally. And sometimes I'll get a notification and I'm busy doing something, and then by the time I get to it, and it could just be 1 or 2 minutes later, it's already sold. Yeah. So other people are doing it too. And the real key,
I was looking for this one book called The Decade of Dark Horse #1. I don't know if you've ever seen that book. As the Frank Miller Sin City cover.
Really? I've not seen it.
Yeah, I'll pull it out here in a little bit when you show off some more stuff. But my buddy had to
show the book too.
Huh?
Show the book too while you're at it.
I'll get it. Yeah, so he had to put it in his cart, and he was waiting, and finally it showed up. So he gave it to me for my birthday. So it was cool. I've been looking for it everywhere, just like trying to dig in bins and find it. I didn't want to pay full price or whatever people were selling for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how it goes. Definitely. I know that some people are like, well, the shipping will get them. Because like if you start picking up one book at a time, the shipping's murder. But if you wait to load up your cart, like you said, by the time you go to check out, half the books you loaded are gone.
Right. Now, doesn't MyComicShop do just $5 or whatever flat rate shipping for as many books as you get for the month?
Yeah, but you still got to load that cart up.
Yeah.
So what I do is that you have to have a pre-orders going. So if you keep your pre-orders going, then you can just add it to your pre-order checkout. So you don't get the book right away. You have to wait till next month.
Yeah, I go through him. I send him a big old list of stuff that I want for as far as pre-orders, and then I go through the sales they have for the dollar books, right? They have dollar books also. And then we'll use the discount codes per month. And he only gets charged one time. He lets me know. I send it to him, and I get my books in a month. So
yeah, that's the way to do it. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I'm doing.
Let me grab that book real quick.
Yep. They just legalized mushrooms and other soft substances in Colorado. So Denver just became the 5 Mile High city. Mushrooms. Oh my gosh. I don't know about that. Golly. I guess really if people want to talk about legalizing pot because it is natural, I guess mushrooms fall into that category. So, but I'm different, I guess. I say legalize it all. I don't care. I think it should all be legal. People can do what they want. And if they end up suffering consequences for it, that's fine. Just legalize it all. I don't care. That's what I think. And then maybe people will start parenting instead of just waiting for a government to clean up their messes. All right, what do we got? Barbarian Kung Fu. My wife says being fast isn't really a good thing, but I disagree. Well, it leaves more time to do other things, right? Right, Barb? Just describes his bedroom like, yeah, you guys, like a 60-second man. Yeah, whatever. 10 seconds. Barb's true. You're not married. Oh my gosh. You guys are too much. All right. So let's take a look here. We've got, this one's a good one. So this is Captain America number 113. I paid a little bit more for this one just because it's such a nice copy of it to me. So look at that. Some more Captain. Some great Steranko work. And I am fastly closing in on my desired run for Captain America. It's about to come. There's Bucky all tore up. A bunch of Hydra agents are going to shoot him in the back. Cap 113. Very pleased to have this one. And it's pretty good condition. I mean, I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to give it a fast grade, but it's higher grade than I thought I would get this one in. So I'm pleased with it. What?
MyComicShop grades pretty conservatively too. They'll say it's a very fine, and it'll be almost near mint.
They do, but they also, I think, process quickly, and sometimes they just flat out make mistakes. Like I've got books that were missing the splash page that were listed as 4.0s, and I opened them up and they're missing the splash page. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what just happened? Yeah. So I one time I got a book with a mirror inside of it. like a broken piece of glass mirror inside of it, and all the pages were just crushed around it. And it was all cut up, and I'm like, and it was like a 3.0 or something. I'm like, what's going on here? So I think they do a good job, but sometimes they just kind of mess up. And but yes, overall, I'm very pleased. All right, let's see what you got.
So this is that Decade of Dark Horse book. It's Frank Miller on the cover, Sin City, Predator, and Grendel on the inside.
Oh.
So I've been looking for this because of Predator 2. You've watched Predator 2, right? Of course.
Yeah. The Danny Glover one, right?
At the end where the elder Predator throws the gun at Danny Glover.
Right.
And this has a story of it where the elder got the gun. So at the very end,
that's cool.
Yeah, at the very end of the story, you've got to read it. But he battles it out with some pirates, right?
Yeah.
And he ends up making friends with the captain of the ship, and the captain, while he's dying, throws the gun at him and says, "Take it."
Cool.
And then right here, the Predator throws something back at him and says, "Take it."
So have you seen the Prey movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is that not the same gun?
No, it's not the same gun.
Oh, okay. I just assumed. I didn't do my research. I assumed it was because it looks similar, you know.
Well, so I saw a YouTube video for some dude, and he was talking about the middle story, and he was saying where the guy got the gun. Everybody assumed that movie Prey was the gun, but it's in here. The story's in here.
Okay, cool. Very cool. I love Predator stuff. I was just playing. There's a Predator game that I play almost daily, and I was just playing that right before the stream. I had 3 rounds of it, and my heart was still racing. And you know, it's a first person shooter, so you're like, oh, you know, you get your heart, you know, about to pop out of your chest. So
Agu said I had to read a book to find out something, but yeah. No, I watched the video.
Don't be listening to Agu.
I watched the video first, and then I read the book.
That's how you do it. A great cover. All right. Love those Steranko cap covers. Yep, they are awesome. Bucky got popped in his arse. He may have. It's pretty close. He's definitely got a barrel aimed at his cannon there. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Yeah, I've been disappointed with MyComicShop grading in the last 2 years. Yeah, I think that they're getting a little too big, and so they're grading quicker. I think they're less consistent than they used to be for sure. Look at that, the intro. Yeah, what a joke. Why don't you come on here and say that, Agu? Huh? Tell him, Warlock. Is that Predator game where you go out and cruise the neighborhood's ice cream truck? No, actually, it's a nice white van that says free comics on the side. Whatever. All right, let's see what else we got. We got, this is really cool. So we're going to do a little run of Planet Comics, but it's the new run of Planet Comics. So it's another set of books that I pre-order. And this one I missed, and I was so mad. So I had it on my list. Whoa. Hey, Mike, Area 51. Good to have you. I was just talking to my wife about you the other day, saying that we needed to do like a Northwest trip, American Northwest. And then I thought maybe we could get up to Canada for a few days. And I think that you're kind of close in that area somewhere of the Northwest for us. So if we could get up there, I'd like to meet with you and maybe even invite myself over for a tour of your caves and such. So come on up, he says. Sounds good. I went into that free candy van once. And no, I did not get molested. Wait, you did not? Wait, let me read this again. I went into that free candy van once. So basically, I mean, you just didn't know what you were doing. So you got a spot for me. I appreciate that. Vancouver has beautiful. Dang, Barb. Well, I mean, hey, why not? I don't know what the cost conversion rate is over there, though. I might not be able to afford them. So Planet Comics is putting out some mediocre interiors right now. Antarctic Press is running them, but I like some old school sci-fi stuff. And so this, have you ever seen a movie called Plan 9 from Outer Space?
I have not.
Is old.
Yeah,
It's old. It's
old,
like one of Bela Lugosi's last movies, and it's absolutely terrible. Like people talk about that movie, The Room, being like the worst movie ever made, but Plan 9 from Outer Space rivals that. I mean, it is just really makes no sense. It's really terrible, but it's so bad it's good.
Yeah,
This looks like a guilty pleasure movie. So look at this homage cover. It's done by an artist named Joe Wright, who's been working with Antarctic Press lately, and this homage is just so like, yeah. Ed Wood was a genius. That's yep. Plan 9 is second only to Batman and Robin. That's high praise for him. He loves Batman and Robin. Yes, loves Plan 9. Plan 9 is Bela Lugosi's last film. Okay. Ed Wood. Very, very good. All right. So now you guys will see. Look at this Amish cover by Joe Wright. That is absolutely killer. If you guys are familiar with the movie at all, this is just spot on. I mean, it's just spot on. Look at that. This dude made a fan out of me with this cover, and I'm trying to find him I want a commission from him. I'm trying to find him on social media. Can't find this dude anywhere. I don't know how to get a hold of him for any kind of commission.
Who's the artist?
His name is Joe White, Wight, Joe White, and I just can't find him anywhere, like nowhere. And look at that dude. I mean, it's again, you have to be a fan of the movie, but to really appreciate just how amazing this cover is. But look what they did with the trade dress, and I love when they mess with trade dresses. So of course it's Planet Comics number 9, but instead they left the ET up higher and just said Plan 9 from Outer Space. And it's just fantastic. It really, I can't say enough good. I'll have to stop gushing over this cover, but I absolutely love it. It's just so killer. I got to get this guy to do me a commission. I mean, but this is so good. Like I would even want, and it even has a, he dropped a couple of little tricks in here. So one of the tombstones says EDW Jr. for Ed Wood, right? The director of Plan 9. And another tombstone says Bella for Bela Lugosi. So got a lot of cool stuff going, little Easter eggs all over here. So I really need to get a commission from this guy. Somebody help me. Hey, what's going on, Actual Dracula? Isn't this just fantastic? Hey, Christina Payne, good to have you. Pleasure. Tore. I don't know. Who's tore up? Oh, sorry. When I purchased a commission from Joe White, I had to leave a payment in a paper bag behind a dumpster at KFC. He's tough to find. Yes, we know about all your paper bag payments, Bill. We're not that impressed. All right. Most of those paper bags are just used condom bags from the health department. We know about you. All right. Then another Planet Comics book. This is number 10. And this guy's name is Will. And I can't remember his last name's tough to pronounce. Wilmot. But he's been in the comic industry for a long time. And he's been doing kind of this soft, good girl. Oh, Tor Johnson, the big dude. Yeah, there you go. Yep. So this artist has been in the comic community for a long time. He's been doing a lot of like sci-fi, good girl art. So very cool. And just love it. Will Wigmont or Wigmont? I can't even pronounce it. And I don't see his signature on here anywhere. But it's just kind of a classic Planet Comics look. You got kind of the girl machine, girls in tubes. I always like that. Some drool monsters. Very cool. I love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, he was a wrestler.
Deviant Art. I see him on there.
Who? Yeah, but I don't understand how that works. Do you know how that works?
No.
I thought that's just people that are like a fan of it and they put stuff up, like they share it.
Well, this right here says Joe White Chat, or Joe White Watch. So I don't know how it works either.
Yeah, I've never had any luck on that. So yeah, Plan 9, George the Animal Steel. Well, he was fun, wasn't he? Tor Kamada. Look, you guys are working on it. All right. So there's one. And I think I got a couple of those by accident because I want to make sure I got one because I follow that artist on Facebook, which is funny because a lot of people follow writers. Like they'll follow comic writers and I ignore comic writers. Like I don't follow any comic writers because it's a lot of like hype and, oh, I'm going to do this. And, oh, I've just been signed on to this book or that book. And I'm more about the art. So I'll follow some artists. And then I find out kind of what the new books that are coming out that I'm going to be interested in. Oh, hey, is that your grandkid?
Yeah. Papa. What?
I thought he went to bed.
They took him, but he came back. He runs away all the time from the room. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Look. Say hi.
Well, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah, you'll live longer that way, kid. Don't worry about it. Very cool. Howdy, everybody. All right. Yeah, just the artist. So here's another one by that same Joe White. And this is Planet Comics number 10, which is funny because he's getting the high dollar ones because these homage covers and these B covers are like $10 compared to the usual $5. So this one is Planet Comics number 10. Look at that. Dinosaur eating a spaceship or some kind of sea monster dinosaur thing. You know, it's got a little jungle girl on there, a little space robot, and a spaceman. I mean, what's not to like about this? I mean, this guy in 2 covers, this guy won me over immediately. Just some classic sci-fi goodness there, worthy of any age. Just love it. An homage cover. So what is this an homage to? Because I don't know. You let me know. But I just love it. Yep, checks all the boxes. Dinosaurs, spaceships, spaceman, robots, and cave women. I mean, it really does check all the boxes for me. I just love it. Notice the detail. He does metal work, so like that really looks metal to me, that spaceship. And then check out the tips on that spear. Let's see if I can get it to focus, but look at the tip on that spear. Isn't that fantastic? Just really doing a good job on that. So, Joe White, you've got my attention. Let me know if you're ever in the area. I want some signatures. I want a commission. I want to find out what this guy's got going on. Anybody out there know him or know of him? He's going to be a buddy of mine and he doesn't even know it yet, but I'm going to make this guy's kid's Christmas if I can ever get a hold of him. Okay. All right. So next up we have Shogun Warriors number 1. Where's Knights of Old when you need them? There you go. Shogun Warriors number 1, very first issue of this guy crapping out a building, perhaps. I'm not quite sure. But Shogun Warriors, this is one of those key, not key books. Like you see this every now and then. And some people want $25 for it. Some people want $3 for it. It's a book that's absolutely all over the board. Some light stocking coming. Absolutely. Only light if I can't find him. If I can find him, it's going to be heavy stocking. I mean, I'm going to make sure this guy gets it done. He's going to make something for me. I promise. You guys, you give me behind the 7-Eleven. No, I already heard it was a KFC. All right, so Shogun Warriors number 1. Marvel doing its best to get into the toy biz. Look at that. Pretty cool. It's a pretty cool book. This one needs a press and a clean. But you know, I was only wanting to pay a few bucks. I found a copy for a few bucks, and that's where we're at. Warlock's gotta drop off, guys. Thanks, Buff. Hey, no problem. Let me know if you ever need to come back, whatever. So you're welcome back. All right. I know he was gonna hop on when his grandkid went to bed, and his grandkid reemerged. That happens. I got 5 copies for $1 each at my LCS, all near mint. Exactly. And I bet they'll be available for sale soon. I was just looking through your posts from this evening, Barb, and there were a couple that I wanted, and of course they're already claimed. It's like, dang it, you know, drive you crazy. Anyway, all right. So let's see. Oh, look. You lose one cholo, you gain another. Agu's in the house.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
There's an infinite supply of button-down shirts buttoned to the Adam's apple and cargo shorts. We just can't run out.
Hey, Bubs, do you start your jeans too?
Absolutely. You kidding? I iron them.
Yeah, dude, you got to start.
Oh yeah, man, get that sharp crease on there.
All right, I'm thinking of. I'm not going to tell you who I'm thinking of, but he told me to go buy this, so I did.
Okay.
You know,
Rolling Rock. Who told you to buy that?
I'll give you one guess.
Craig.
Close.
Close to Craig, that poor person, whoever it is.
He's from Penn's Woods.
Oh, Chad Fisher. Do you like? I've never tried Rolling Rock. How is it?
It's okay. I've never had this. That's why I got it. I'm here doing a live taste test. Let's see.
All right, let's see. How is it?
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, look, it's Barb. Hey, what's up, Barb?
Yeah, Barb's in the house.
Geek. Hey, see, Geek, this whole time, don't listen to Bubs. The guy don't know anything.
What's going on, K-pop? Good to have you. K-pop junkie.
What's up, K-pop? I wanted to jump on here and show this off to Warlock.
Oh, he left, man. He's scared of it.
I know.
Wow, is that the facsimile?
Yeah. True story. So I was on eBay and I asked the guys, right? Hey, is this a good price for this book? And they're like, yeah, maybe. And then what do you know? I check out the eBay tracker. They're sending in bids and stuff, dude.
Well, how do you know who's sending in the bids?
Because they screenshot it and showed it to me.
Wow.
Friends like that, Bubs. Friends like that, man. Who needs enemies?
I tell you what, the fastest way to leave that bunch of scumbags is to ever think that they're real friends.
That's what I'm saying. Again, like that. Friends like that. Telling you.
Yeah, the moment and sometimes you're like, hey, you can be a scumbag 4 out of 5 times, but maybe that 5th time I need a real friend. They're like, nope, scumbag all the way.
Yeah, yeah, but anyway, so it worked out. I think what it was, they lowballed them enough.
Yeah.
That the guy goes, Weapon goes, hey dude, look, he says accept now, so bid this, and he helped me out.
Cool.
But it was just more than one guy. I'll tell you that much. It was more than one guy.
Oh, I bet it was. There's a couple of big Batman fans in that group too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, are you moving, or did you move, or?
I moved a desk from that side to here.
Because there used to be a window there, didn't there?
The window's here now.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. So remember, like in the background, you saw that long dresser with the comic boxes.
Yeah, that were overtaking the window.
Yeah. So that's why this rat came in.
Okay.
And I moved the desk over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put another rack over there. So yeah, dude, it's.
What about your
I got rid of the dresser.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
what
put
about
it
your Terry Dodson
on offer up, and I was like, "Hey, free, you pick it up, your vehicle."
Oh shoot, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it was gone within an hour and a half. It was really cool.
What about your Terry Dodson prints? Did you move those? Or
no, they're still hung up.
So now you got a whole nother wall to play with. So let me ask you this: when Gabby comes in with the rolling pin, do you have a better bead on her? Like if she have to come at you head on?
The wall right here.
Yeah.
And then the camera's here, so you kind of see the door. You know. Yeah, so it's a good wall.
So you're gonna need us to help you if she comes in.
Yeah, especially if I have a couple of these tall boys, dude. He told me to get the glass bottles, but there wasn't any.
And I haven't seen a Rolling Rock glass bottle or can in years.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the kind of stuff that kids had in their basements, like that and Pabst Blue Ribbon, like I remember, and Milwaukee Best. Like those were always, those were that's some old stuff right there that I don't think anyone needs to drink ever.
Yeah. All right, Bubs, are we doing a little bit of show and tell?
Yeah, I got 2 more books, and
Okay,
then,
okay.
then I'll
I can
hand it
stall
off to
you.
you.
I can stall you. These are easy.
Yeah, start opening them.
All right. I already did.
Go on.
Yeah. Any guesses?
Video game, maybe an
Yeah.
NES. I don't know. A Mario Kart, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Nintendo
man, this
64.
was packaged really tight. Let me skip it. I'll be here for like 20 minutes.
I like a good tight package. That's nothing.
All right, this one's
Mickey's
easier.
Mouse.
Any guesses on this one?
Looks maybe like a Konami.
Yeah, it's a Konami.
Like the face.
What do you say?
Yeah, you didn't sell that Rolling Rock too good, man. You were looking like it was some sour stuff there.
It does it. It's like it's there. I don't know. We were going through this this beer analyzer or something like that.
What's that?
Chad knows the website. I don't, but he said it's rated a little bit higher than Coors.
Really?
Yeah, so I think
Coors
it's actually
regular or Coors Light?
Which it's like Coors Light.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right.
That's the back. There's the front. Turtles in Time. Nice.
Yeah.
Do you already have the case and box and instructions and everything, or are you gonna rock it
just
raw?
a cartridge. And I think I'll buy a reproduction case for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
does that help sell it, or is that for your personal collection?
That's personal. I've never owned Turtles in Time before. And then this one, I have to double check. I think this is one of the games maybe my 2 younger brothers had, but I never did. So I bought these on
Yeah, but, I mean, they were your younger brothers. You could have just beat them up and taken it, right?
Yeah, I could have. But then they start outgrowing you. Well, you wouldn't know, but
Oh no, I was the youngest.
Know. Anyway, so yeah, I bought these on Mercari, bub. You ever shop on Mercari?
Mercari. Is that like a trading site, like a neighborhood trading site kind of thing?
It's an app. It's an online. It's like an online selling store, like an offer up.
Yeah, but it's like for locals, right? Like you go pick it up locally or something, or
no.
I mean, that got shipped though.
Yeah. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, I got a good deal. I think I got to double check, but I think it was $20.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what does it usually sell for?
$35.40.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And this one I've seen it like 50 to 70, and I think I said 35 and he bit, and I was like, wow, dude. And I was like, all right. So I double checked his page, and then I was like, all right, cool. I'll buy this one too. So basically, 2 for the price of the Turtles one.
Are they both going to be for your personal collection?
Yes. Going back to
do you
like
play them. Like, do you have a game system to play them on?
Yeah, I have a Retron system, like
right.
What do they call it? It's like an aftermarket.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah,
they're like smaller, right? But they still have the full size cartridge slot.
Yeah. So, truth be told, this is my second copy.
Oh, so you're gonna sell your first copy, or
maybe? Because, like, you were talking about securing, higher. Yeah. So the back of the other cartridge, the sticker was like peeling.
Oh, okay.
So that's all I got. Like, look at the back. The back looks cool, and label looks pretty nice. And this one has some yellowing. You see that? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, you can kind of see it in the plastic. Yeah, not too bad though.
Yeah, but the front presents really nice, and I was like, all right, cool.
So Barb wants to know, do you know how to tell if they are fake?
I've seen some of the ones I've seen, and I'm sure there's more than one way, Barb, is that they don't have like necessarily I haven't seen them with screws. You could educate me. And then the other thing, sometimes they have like a staple like right in the middle. Like it looks like something got pressed like to seal it somehow.
Okay.
But no, since I own them, I play them.
Right.
They feel good.
I wondered about like repop cases and like swapping out. Like if I had a good case and I had a label maker, could I make a convincing sticker or label and take the cart out, right? And then put it into a better case. That way I can ask more for it. Like I would worry about that probably more.
Right. Yeah, and that does happen. That does happen. But no, these feel pretty cool.
Been a lot of hot moms on Mercari.
Oh yeah,
he lured him in with free comics.
Hey,
man.
what are the names? I mean, just to support the cause. That's it.
Yeah. All right, let me show two more books. This one is one that I missed out on. I thought I was going to win it one time, and I was too slow on the draw. So somebody was even faster than 10 seconds, and I missed out on it. And it's been 2 years since that happened. So, and I had not seen another one available for sale. It was also one that I saw for sale originally in the first comic shop that I was ever in as an adult. And I almost bought it several times, but the guy wanted like $60 for it. And I came this close to actually getting it and then never did. And so here it is, X-Men #5 variant with the homage to Wolverine there, Frank Miller. Wolverine #1, limited series #1. Well, check that out. Digging that. And I picked this up for just a few bucks.
That's cool. So let me rewind you a little bit. You said $60.
Yeah, when the first comic shop I was in, I ever saw this, they wanted $60 for it. And it was closer to the time that it came out. Yeah. So it was probably just, less than a year old when I saw it then.
Wow.
I think it's from like 2013 or so. Bubs is the 5-second man. As an adult, when did that happen? Yeah, ha. Look, I was saying, hey, look, I think we got somebody in the chat. Hopefully he doesn't have a dangling participle. Chad, is that you?
What's going on?
Hey, it's Chad. All right. We couldn't see you, so I didn't know if it was going to be somebody showing their manhood. There you go.
Glitch out or not.
Look at that.
Cool.
Yeah. Lego. Yeah,
Hey, Chad, this one's for you, Chad. And like I was telling Bubs, you did a great job. I love it. You're the best, Chad.
He said they sucked.
I said it's not that good. It's from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. I said.
Yeah. No, it's all right, dude. I'll put it there with Coors Light. Why not?
Light beer.
I'm digging it. That's not too bad.
It's from Chad's hometown. He's out there. He receives the hops that we export from Washington State, hence the hop hat. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but
I think that makes you a hop head, doesn't it?
Yeah. Number one producer in the US of hops. Put that in your feather. Put that hat feather.
How come then nobody in Seattle can dunk? It's like I got no hops.
The other side of the state, Bubs. The good side of the state. Yeah.
My mistake. Send the link in the video so you can learn to tell the difference. Do your homework.
Dang.
All right. So here is my last book. Spotlighting Wonder Woman, which is always got to be a fun activity. Like everybody wants to do that. So Amazing World of DC Comics #15. This is actually quite a difficult book to secure. Look at that. And it's got photos and articles of Linda Carter.
Remind us of the year, Bubs.
The year that this came out?
Yeah.
Man, you make me crack open this.
Yeah. Imagine that. You buy a comic to open it? What?
1977.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's got some great Neil Adams and Dick Giordano work on the back.
It's right up your alley.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally digging this. And this one is, like I said, it's not easy to come by. Although some of the pages are easier to come by than others. Like that one. Look at that.
Nice.
So cool stuff.
Like Miss California or something, right?
Yeah, it's just like a magazine and kind of like, a look into it. They go through some of the ages and the comics and stuff and some of the other female superheroes in DC universe. And it's pretty cool. So I've been after that for a long time, actually. And prices on this book, even though this one's wavy, is I'm gonna have to get that pressed out.
Yeah.
But other than that, this book can go for like $75-$80 for this mag sized book. I don't know why. Like, I wouldn't pay that, and I didn't pay that for this copy. But in fact, there was a copy out there for a while for like $65, and I just refused to pay it. So I've been waiting and finally got a copy. I feel like I paid like 18 or 19 bucks for this one, so I was super happy to do it. So
wow,
you could complete your collection so much faster if you weren't cheap. You know that.
Do what?
If you weren't cheap, Bubs, you could complete your collection so much faster. You know that.
I know, but I'm cheap and I have too many other hobbies. I'm always spreading stuff all over the place.
It's not a sprint; it's a marathon. Is what Bubs is saying.
Oh, it's both. Plus, I have like
Bubs. Let me interrupt you real quick. So is there a red version of that book too?
No, that's the same book. It's just really pink. It's like really, really, really pink.
Oh, okay.
Like it's darker than like Barbie pink.
Okay.
It's like when you're looking at it, and actually the color representation on StreamYard is actually pretty accurate. I mean, that's really pink. It's almost purple. It's so pink.
Yeah, it looks a hint of purple because I just looked one up right now on eBay and it looks more red.
And what are they asking for on that one?
100.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah. I've refused to pay the price on that book for a long time. And just, I've got too many records I've been picking up and, Buzz is a 3-second. Look, I keep getting faster. So,
hey man.
Magenta, he says.
Magenta.
Why? How many records are you picking up? You picking up a ton?
Oh my God, dude. I've got so many records picked out. Like I keep trying to want to do a haul of some sort, but man, I've got so many. I should just show them all off right now so I can file them away, right?
Yes.
That's what I'll do. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves.
I quit my pool list, bub.
What?
Completely?
Yeah.
He dropped.
I don't believe you. Completely? Like you have no pulls. Like if you walk in the shop, they're holding nothing for you.
Nothing. I dropped it all. I have a reason why, but yeah, I dropped it.
Well, are you expecting another child?
No, but I got some stuff I got to do.
Oh man.
Got some stuff I got to handle, so.
All right. Well, if you need any help handling your stuff, Agu's just a few states away.
For real?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. All right, Bub's gonna go get them books and start showing them off.
Yeah.
Barbarian, they're already on the fucking toilet. That's why I'm gonna quit YouTube too, because YouTube can suck my dick. Oh, sorry, Bub.
Why? What's happened? Your numbers are.
He's like, your YouTube numbers are going to go to the shitter. They're already in
there.
All right, DS Comics wants me to show this book. I'm gonna make myself. I don't know when he sent this, but okay. So he just picked this up, a 9.6, a Forbidden Planet innovation. Now, I didn't know a lot of people knew about this book. And then I showed it in a haul. I have a copy of it. It's not a 9.6. It's like maybe a 7.5. And I showed it off in a haul and people went nuts because it's a kind of a popular movie and people didn't know that book existed. And people went nuts and were all asking me, where'd you get that book? Where can I find another one? And then all of a sudden, like all the ones that were available kind of sold out. So I was like, cool. Like I pushed people to buy a book somehow, and I didn't just by showing it off and, ran the numbers on it. So anyway, so yeah, now he's got a 9.6, of course, because that's how he rolls. Book shot up after that. It did, didn't it? If you remember that, I mean, that's a true story. Anyway, well, Chad, we hope your business is getting handled by you or people who are qualified to handle your business. If you need anything, holler at me. You know, I'm always available to talk dietary plans. So hold on. Let me, I'm going to stop my camera so nobody has to watch me waddle over to the records. And then it's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. So, all right, hold on.
So what are you saying?
Welcome to the No Faces comic
right
book
now,
chat,
bub?
guys. No faces.
Well, my shit's glitching out. That's why I turned mine off.
I think mine is too, because we've had like windstorms and stuff. So hopefully I haven't like frozen like with my mouth open or something. That's kind of embarrassing. I hate that.
No, mine just glitches because this is like a junk laptop.
You know what, Chad? If you weren't a cheap fuck and you would just go buy.
Yeah, that's what you told me. You'd already be done by now. You'd have everything you ever wanted if you just bought everything. All right, guys. I got way too much. Look, put some goddamn pants on. Yeah, I would, but then it's just not as comfortable when I sit on my phone and call myself. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show off. We're going to rapid fire these because it's like 30 records. So I know a lot of people aren't into vinyl, but if you're not, you can. The comics are probably over. You can sign off now. We're just going to flip through some records. ELO, a New World Record. Pick that up. You guys know ELO is one of my favorite bands. So there you go.
I have their greatest hits. I have everything on DVD. I mean on CD still.
Oh yeah. Hey, CDs are making a comeback. Look, Jackson Roy Kirk make a video. Damn it. Who? Me? This is not good enough? Like, what do you want? You want me to make a video? This is a video. All right. This is a huge one that I got this. This was a grail for me, so it was a big deal picking this up. Traveling Wilburys Volume 3. And Traveling Wilburys Volume 1 I already have, and there is no Volume 2. They just didn't do a Volume 2 out of respect for the death of Roy Orbison. So Volume 3 does not have Roy Orbison on it.
Yeah, their greatest hits.
So it's very awesome. Yeah, I mean, there's only 2 records, so at that point, you know, they probably only took out about 10 songs.
Yeah.
You check pressings when you buy. Do you check the pressing?
He died in.
When did he die? Do I check
He died
the pressing
during making that album? Remember that was final album?
Yeah. Yeah, that first one. Yeah, he died while they were making that.
Yeah, because remember, end of the line, it showed a rocking chair with the guitar on it in the video.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker, isn't it? It's good though.
Man, I don't know who.
Only 2 solo CDs they put out in between. That's fair, but it's not the same. And then totally switching gears, we got Bruno Mars with Doo-Wops and Hooligans. It's a classic Bruno Mars album. His songs are really short. He's like just doing ditties, but it's got a nice.
I know.
It's got a nice yellow there. Nice yellow pressing. So Tom Petty was the best Woolberry. I don't know. I can tell you hands down who the worst Woolberry is, and that's got to be what's his name, the Wolfman. Shit. Look, excellent Bruno Mars album. Yeah, it is. Dad's release. He was in the first video. Okay. What the hell? What the hell is that guy's name? Oh, whatever. All right. Dave Matthews Band, Big Whiskey, and the Grugrex King.
Jeff Lynne.
Jeff Lynne. Yeah, Bob Dylan. Yeah, Bob Dylan sucks. God, he's terrible.
Jeff Lynne was. Oh, you didn't like Bob Dylan? I like Bob Dylan.
Yeah, Jeff Lynne's the ELO guy, so I love it. I think he's probably second best after Orbison. But this is a pretty cool album, and I'm a big fan of Dave Matthews Band. I've seen him only once in concert, but it was fantastic. And so there you go. And then I'm picking up some Christmas, so there's going to be some Christmas thrown in here. So here's the only thing trans in my collection is Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Other than your trans porn, right?
Right, my formers, and that is on an all white. They call it snow powder white vinyl. Look at that, powder white.
Cool. Did you ever? I saw them in concert twice.
How were they?
They're good. They come like to the local arena here every year, so I've seen them twice. Oh, they have like pyrotechnics and everything. Like,
well, we're thinking about going. They're going to be in
the same
area
show
here.
though, every year.
Huh? It's the same show?
It's a good show, but it's the same show every year. So once you watch it once, yeah, you don't really need to go back again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's multiple, like they're everywhere. Like for the month of November, December, for the months of November, December, there's like a tour in your town. Like you don't know if you're getting the top tour or the middle tier or, but there's somebody and they just slap the name on it and they send them out there. It's like a kind of a traveling show, Let's see. I lost all respect for Dylan after I saw him in 2019. He was having people thrown out and sat with his back to the crowd. Wow. That sounds terrible. All right. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Elton John classic album. Good stuff there. This is modern pressing. Barb was asking if I checked the pressing when you're buying the vinyl. I don't know what that means. If you mean that I research ahead of time to see whether it's made from the masters or whether it's remastered edition or whether it was done from a digital recording versus the original analog tapes, sometimes. If it's an album I just want, I'll buy it. So that's kind of how I do it. So here's some more Dave Matthews Band. Crash. Here's another one that I was super psyched to get. Yeah. And this is a great album. Yeah, and this was probably their best album back in the day. So couldn't believe. I never thought I'd find that album. Here's some more Christmas. Haven't even opened it up yet. Some Bing Crosby Christmas. Also on the Cocaine White album, vinyl album. They get real lazy around Christmas time. And everything's white. They just don't care. White Christmas. This I've already shown.
White album.
Yeah. That's all they do is just put out white albums. Hippies, he says. The Black Keys with Dropout Boogie. This is their newest album. I have quite a lot of their albums. And we saw them on tour this year in Cincinnati. And it was... I'm torn. I want to say it was the best album, the best concert we saw this year. I really think it was, but there were we just saw some great music live this year. We just had some great experiences. So overall experience, I don't think it was the best overall experience that we had. Plus we got a flat tire on the way home and had to spend the night at a no-tell motel and the whole routine. But so overall, it probably wasn't the best experience that we had all year musically, but it was probably the best music we heard. I mean, it was just fantastic. So big fan of the Black Keys.
Have you ever gone to Music Fest? Have you ever gone to Music Fest in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Bubs?
I have not. How is it?
I have a lot of customers that go. It's at the college and stuff. It's all week long. There's new artists there every night. Like if you like music, it's like, but it's packed, I guess. I mean, it is really crowded. So if not a big fan of crowds, I don't know if you would like it, but it sounds like if you like to see lots of artists at a cheap price in one area, it's good.
I do, but I get hungry. So I'm being honest. Like
Nothing wrong with that, man. It happens.
my problem with music festivals is that I get hungry. And I'm there for like after like 2 hours, I'm like, I'm fucking hungry. I'm looking around and there's nothing good to eat, or it's all stupid priced. They're out of all the good drinks after the first hour and a half. And you're like, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I gotta go to the bathroom. I don't want to use it's one thing if you're like the fourth guy to the porta potty. It's something else if you're like the 400th guy to the porta potty, and then you're in line and you're waiting in line for the privilege of crapping in this box. It's so bad. Like, like certain things about it are just not, you know.
Stop smoking
it's
so much weed.
Experience.
Stop smoking so much weed, and you won't get hungry.
Well, I thought you said this was a fun concert time, so you know you gotta balance it out. Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox, the Essentials 2. So this is where they take like modern songs and kind of redo them in a kind of 20s to 40s style of music. And it's a concept. Sometimes it works amazing, sometimes not so much. And so it's kind of hit or miss. But we saw them live and they were absolutely phenomenal. And this was the best experience musically we had this year, in my opinion. We got amazing seats. We were right up front. There's a tap dancer that was like an arm's length from us. I mean, he was working so hard, like sweat was thrown into the crowd. And I swear he was throwing sweat on us. He was just working it, man. It was so amazing. And and the live performances and the women that were singing were just absolutely phenomenal. And this kind of music lends itself to live performance. When you're listening to it, it just sounds kind of hokey and corny a little bit even. But when you're seeing it live, I mean, these people belting it out and playing the instruments and everything and tap dancing, it's quite a show. So if they're in your town, I recommend it. Do what? I thought I heard Chad say something. I don't know. All right. Carry snacks in your fanny pack. Okay. After the first person uses the shitbox, it's all downhill. That's about right. Check this out. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. What's not to like here?
I bought it to listen to it, honey.
Actually, my
The
wife bought
album
this
probably
for
sucks, but she's nice to look at.
My wife got this for me. She likes Angelina Jolie. And, you know, if you're smart, which I'm not accusing anyone in this panel of being, but if you're smart, then you'll listen to when your wife says, yeah, she is good looking. And then you can be like, oh, okay, so I'm allowed to like that one. You know?
They're like, oh, well, oh, okay, yeah, I see that now.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
She doesn't look like that anymore.
No, she doesn't. But she does on the cover of this. And there's and it's like a flat matte gold pressing. It's pretty cool. So, and the album's pretty solid. It's got some like, you know, pop techno from the day where everything was like hackers and yeah, you know, you know, it's like the whole album sounds like the Mortal Kombat theme, but it's pretty good. Buy that for the cover art. Yes. Note to self: Bub loves tap dancing. Strangers sweat. Yeah, that's true. You've got me pegged. Have the movie poster. Her shorts are too long. Yeah, and they're not the right color, but we're dealing with it. Here's some more of Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox, the Essentials, and that other one was the Essentials number 2, so nothing much to see or do about that one. Here comes some more Bruno Mars. I couldn't believe when I saw this album for sale, and it was only like $18, and I flipped out. I was like, oh, the Mortal Kombat sound, see? And I flipped out, but check this out. Bruno Mars, Unorthodox Jukebox. This entire album is straight fire. You've got a maroon red or a wine red pressing, and it's just absolutely killer. Love this album. When I was wooing my wife, I selected a few of these songs for our mixtape and people don't do that anymore. I know, like that's a thing of the past, but
what's a mixtape?
Exactly.
That's what people are asking. What's a mixtape?
Yeah. What's a mixtape? So I didn't like do an official mixtape because that's a little too creepy because we were coworkers. So that's a little too creepy, but you just hand someone, would you please listen to this? It says how I feel. Like, you can't be doing that, right? So not these days.
Would you put it underneath her windshield wiper on her car?
No, I just send her a message, or I would go by her office and say, hey, you got your pad? Write this down. And I would tell her, this song, this artist is really good. Like, I think you'll like it. And then I would do that like 3 times a week, you know, and then by the end of it, there was a whole long list of all these songs that were increasingly inappropriate. Like, by the time we got to Bruno Mars, it was definitely inappropriate. So it was ramping up the message.
The last song you told her, Bubs, was George Michael, I Want Your Sex, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, it was, don't you know that song? Yeah, it was big fun. So anyway, you know, what's wooing? Is that like making whoopee? No, you know what wooing is. I mean, the kids nowadays just send an eggplant emoji. I know, yeah. Right?
Exactly.
What's to call it appropriate? Yeah, you might have a good point there, Gallegos. Yeah, but it definitely was. Like, it was.
Guy?
Huh?
She's probably thinking, what the hell's up with this guy?
Oh, she knew by the end of it. By the time I'm sending Bruno Mars songs, yeah, she knew what was up. She was allowing it. So at that point,
yeah,
you know, it is what it is. All right. So Random Access Memories, Daft Punk. Some great stuff there. Fantastic album. This is an album I could play like once a day. It's just so good. I could put it on and enjoy it every day. Some of these, I don't even know. I thought I'd already shown them. Here's Bryan Adams, Reckless. This one's used. So I'm kind of getting away from used vinyl and getting back into new vinyl. When I started out, my collection was all new. And then I kind of started getting a bunch of used vinyl because it was cheaper. And then I'm kind of going back to wait, what did I say? It was all new, and I started getting used vinyl because it was cheaper. And now I'm kind of going back to new vinyl because the used vinyl is just I've tweaked my system so much that it really does. If it's an old pressing that sounds really rough, you can really tell. So unless it's a super pristine pressing, like, and I don't buy them online, I have to see it in person and hope for the best, you know. So here's another one. Steve Miller Band, Greatest Hits, 74 to 78. Saw them twice in concert. Fantastic. I was a young buck. Oh, yeah. Tron, love Daft Punk, especially the soundtrack for Tron. Yes, as you know, I have that album. I play it all the time. My Tron soundtrack, and it's pressed on clear. It's a 2-disc album. One's clear and one's like electric blue. And it's absolutely beautiful album. And I love turn all the lights off, turn the little disco ball on, and pretend I'm at a rave. And really enjoy that. So Daft Punk is playing at my house. Oh, can I get tickets to that? I can get tickets to that. You see that. Here is George Michael, Listen Without Prejudice. And big George Michael fan, so that's a win right there. Absolutely fantastic. Good stuff. And here is some modern stuff here. And I held off on buying this one for a long time because I wanted a specific pressing of it that was blue, but I gave up and I just bought it. So here is Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgic. See that there?
And Bub, so the records to you, it's better than a CD to your ears because of your system or overall?
It's just, you know, I kind of just like the hobby of it.
Okay.
So it's the ritual that I enjoy. So, you know, dropping the needle and playing with the settings and getting it to sound just right and having something to look at while I'm playing the album. like especially something as good as this. Like when you're streaming music, you just don't get the same connection to me with the artist. And the streaming, like, I'm not going to say that vinyl sounds better than CDs necessarily.
Yeah.
But it definitely sounds better than streaming. Like streaming music is such a low bit rate. And once you start listening to music, full rich sound again, when you play streaming music, I immediately hear the difference. And I'm like, wow, that's missing a lot. Like
there's a reason why these records are still released and why they've lasted.
One thing I never got into, maybe you could tell me a little bit. Did you ever listen to a Super Audio CD?
Super Audio? Yes, I think I have. It's been a while, and I think I only had like one of them.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because it was like what, $10 more than a regular CD. I think it was.
Yes, and they couldn't fit. They were smaller at that time. They were smaller CDs. Like right now, they're like DVDs sized. So, but back in the day, sometimes you would have a double disc for a Super Audio, because they had higher, more information on the tracks, so they took more space on the disc. Vinyl is warmer, and I have a nice tube preamp, so it really warms up the sound on that for sure. I'm on the same level, but also a big audiophile. The vinyl sounds so much better, especially with the older recordings. Yeah, I mean, there's a warmth to it. It's just, and it fills the house differently. Like when I'm playing streaming music in another room, it's very sharp, and it cuts through the house, but it doesn't like feel like a party, if you will.
Yeah.
And when I'm spinning records, it doesn't matter if I'm in this room or if I'm spinning in another room and another setup, but like I can spin records from this room and the whole house comes alive with music. Like you really feel it. You can be in another room and it's still bass thumping, and it feels like it's happening right there. And you don't really get that. The sound doesn't travel the same through streaming. I don't think there's enough information there. There's not enough sound coming through. But I don't know. We can do that all day. That's what I'm saying. Can't match the sound. Yeah, I love it. So anyway, Dua Lipa, we're just going to look at her again because we enjoy it. So check that out. Gatefolds. Here's Foreigner 4.
Yep, that's probably the best album.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yep.
That's a good one. Got this at the Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
They had that Cracker Barrel at Valley Hour. Yeah, well, I was waiting 40 minutes for them to clear a table of some octogenarians that were still eating their mashed potatoes. They might still be there.
Yeah.
Golly, you cannot get in and out of Cracker Barrel. Like you're just waiting. You're just waiting for the coroner to show up and clear a table. It's ridiculous. John Mayer, Heavier Things. I'd still like to get a couple more of his albums, but this is a good start. Good stuff. Nothing. I don't think there's any special vinyl of this, but it's pretty cool. Some more Dave Matthews Band. I saw a Foreigner way back the day with Steppenwolf and Bad Company. Oh, I bet that was good. I bet Bad Company puts on a great show. The Cracker, what were you fellows doing at the Cracker Barrel? Getting records. I mean, what were we doing there? It was pretty obvious. So there you go. Dave Matthews Band, Under the Table and Dreaming. Classic album. Good stuff. Not their first album, although a lot of people think it is. It's just their first like majorly successful album. So here's a couple of Walmart pickups. Kind of gets I was in a random Walmart. I was in the process of moving my parents down here. My brother was with me, and we stopped in a Walmart. I don't even remember what state it was. It might have been in Pennsylvania, or it could have been in West Virginia. And they had these albums, and I hadn't seen them available anywhere else. But they're just like a greatest hits, Motown greatest hits, and it's got a bunch of great songs on it. And they all had like unique colors. So this one is kind of like a marble blue. I was just really digging that. So, and it's fun. I mean, it's fun to listen to them. And then they had a classic rock one. And I like that it had like a kind of a guitar amp look to it. I thought that was pretty cool. And they had a lot of good songs on it. And I think this one's gray if memory serves, but yeah, it's like a marble gray. Kind of looks like a countertop, a mid-priced countertop. So I think Chad fell asleep. Chad, you okay? All right, he's all right.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I'm just frozen.
I saw him blink.
Turn the heat on.
My equipment is lacking tonight.
Uh-oh.
We got to see Bad Company do it in a club. They sound better inside. A family friend of mine once rented a room to the guitarist from Foreigner. That's a slate gray, he says. Yeah, I'll take it. And then I think there was one more of those, which was the Voices of Hip Hop. Look at that. So I haven't been doing track lists on this video, but we'll do some track lists on this one just because it's kind of funny. And here's the marble or the splatter purple. Isn't that beautiful?
Whoa.
I'm digging that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It looks really nice spinning too. It looks super pretty. So this one is Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. Poison.
Oh, yeah, that's a goodie. That's a goodie.
Poison.
Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J.
Nice.
Push It by Salt and Pepper.
Hey.
Thank you, Agu.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome.
The Choice Is Yours by Black Sheep. I don't know that one. But I think I did. When I heard it, I didn't know it by the title, but I remember it. Don't Sweat the Technique by Eric B. and Rakim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Chad listened to that this morning while getting ready. So that's right. Never trust a back button, a smile. That girl is poison. Hey, Martin with a Y.
Martin.
All right, on B side we got Motown Philly by Boys to Men. Back again. We got People Every Day by Arrested Development. Remember Arrested Development, Chad?
Yeah. They had that was one of their songs. They only had like 3 songs, I think, didn't they?
Yeah. They were a big deal though. They made a big splash, but you can't get this. You can get with this or you can get with that. Oh, is that what the choice is yours? Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
People Every Day. Okay. So Fight the Power by Public Enemy, which is just terrible. But there you go. Fight the Power. UNITY by Queen Latifah. You remember that song?
Nice.
Yeah, she like put that one song on that album, and the rest of the songs on her album were all like hateful and mean. And then she's like, "Oh, let's get together for this song. We're all friends." What the hell?
I was just playing.
And then, a staple is No Diggity by Blackstreet featuring Dr. Dre.
Oh, there you go. So,
I mean, this thing was solid. Solid album. The only thing it was missing for me was, what's that? Montel Jordan? Oh, what was that song he did?
This Is How We Do It?
Yeah, This Is How We Do It.
This Is How We Do It?
That needed to be on here. I think you could have maybe pushed one of the other ones out to get that song on here. And then I was also thinking if you wanted to be a little bit more controversial, you could have put Marky Mark on there with what was his name?
Bunch.
Yeah, and the Funky Bunch. You could have put them on there, but they left him off. So This Is How We Do It. Yeah, that's it. All right. Then we got
Scenario on there too.
They need to, but maybe they could have done a 2-disc. Like I think most of these they could have easily done a double disc album and put a lot more songs on there. So yeah, House of Pain, Cypress Hill, yeah, Good Vibrations. The Sweet Sensation. All right, so totally switching gears. We got the Essential Sun Records. Getting back to Roy Orbison here. So we got Carl Perkins, Roy Orbison, Jerry Lee Lewis, rest in peace, just passed away. Charlie Rich, Johnny Cash. The list goes on and on. Good stuff. So the Essential Sun Records Ultimate Collection. And I think this might be a colored vinyl too. If memory serves. I think it's also some kind of gray. Yeah, it's like a black and gray marble. So that's pretty cool. I'm digging that. All right. We're almost done. This one I showed off just the other day, so I won't linger too long on it, but it's the Captain America album.
Nice.
And it's a cool little shield. So we're digging that. The original Cap shield from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. So let's see. Don't worry. With that singing, there's no way this will get a strike. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, no. Sun Records. I got to find that. Yeah, it was at Walmart. It was cheap. It was like $18. So to me, that's cheap for new vinyl. We lost Chad. Chad, if you find yourself, let me know. I have several vintage Sun 45s. That's cool. So like just a couple months ago, they were kind of giving away some of Jerry Lee Lewis's 45 collection. Like, if you stop by his mansion, they were just giving them away. So, so some people scored some really rare ones there. So love me some rockabilly. Me too. Absolutely fantastic. So a little bit more mainstream. We got Changes by one by Bowie. So this is like one of his greatest hits albums, classic greatest hits album. Changes by Bowie. So good stuff there. And then I think it's the last one. We got Leonard Skinner's greatest hits. So the problem with this one is that they're all good, but it's only one disc. And again, once again, they have enough songs to probably fill 2 discs. And because this is missing a couple of songs that I really like, so that happens. But Leonard Skinner's greatest hits. And that's it. Roll over, Beethoven. Yes. Tell Tchaikovsky the news. So good stuff. So there you go. That's all. We exhausted poor Chad. He dropped out. He couldn't take any more vinyl talk. He's exhausted. Or he went to go find his Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch limited edition CD that he got signed by one of the Funky Bunch. Marky Mark wasn't available that day, but he's in close with some of the Funky Bunch. So there you go. That's it. That's all we got.
All right.
Agu, you got anything to tell the people?
What does Southern say? Keep reading and keep collecting.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't watched one of his videos in a while.
He was in here earlier. I don't know. I doubt he's still on, but yeah. Keep reading and keep collecting.
There you go. Thanks for the show, Las Cruces.
Thank you,
Thank
Bubs.
you for hanging out.
Man.
An hour and a half of just showing off stuff I picked up. And now the greatest gift is that now I can file all these.
I was going to say, now you can put them away. Yeah.
Yes, that was fantastic. Now they're all going to go in file. So check out Rockabilly Riot from Brian Setzer. What? Hold on.
So, Bubs, do you catalog your records on a notepad, on a computer?
CLZ app.
I was going to ask if it was available.
Yeah, they have Discogs, and everybody's trying to get me on Discogs. But when you go into Discogs, it's like it's cataloging for records, but it's so in depth that if you put in any record, there'll be like 100 choices for every freaking record.
Yeah,
and it's just too much. And then CLZ app is like the opposite. Like they never heard of the record. So I'm like, that's fine because then I can put in my own information and it all works. So I think he's talking about this one. Brian Setzer, Rockabilly Riot. This is volume 1. I don't know if there's other volumes. And it's absolutely fantastic. 2-disc set in bright, clear, translucent red. It's absolutely gorgeous when it's spinning. It looks super cool. So yeah, definitely a big Brian Setzer fan in my family. In fact, one of my main grails for records would be a Brian Setzer album that he did, and it was it's rockabilly, but it's more like zoot suit kind of stuff. So and I forget the name of it, but it's super good. It's like white and green and blue. And it's I just love that album as when I was younger and still do. And I've never seen a record of it. And when I have seen them on eBay or something, they want like $400 for it. And I'm just never going to pay that. So,
Yeah.
And it's by Brian Setzer Orchestra. So, yeah, it is a great record. So makes me want to go throw some wax on. Yeah. And then after you get hairless, play some records. Let's see. This is great for figuring out what press you have on old vinyl. Yeah. What about Stray Cats? Yes, I've got Stray Cats Strut, and I have their album as well. Zoot Suit Riot. Throw back a bottle of beer. I think how it goes. Anyway, so yeah, good stuff. Yes, I like the Stray Cats as well. So I've got some Stray Cats albums. So big Brian Setzer fan, and that's why I bought that. And I'm gonna put on tremolo on it and try a nice Big B and try and do something with that. But I'm so bad at guitar, it's ridiculous. And ever since I started my new job, I have not hardly practiced at all. So I'm getting worse. So yeah, it's a shame. Anyway, all right, everybody, we're gonna shut it down. Hour and a half. We had a nice, strong showing. A lot of people showed up. I want to thank everybody for being in the chat. I want to thank Agu for being here. Don't want to forget Warlock was here as well, holding it down. And of course, the great Chad, Fish Cat Collectibles. Thanks again. And thanks to everybody in the chat for showing up and participating and sticking through the vinyl. I know that's not everybody's bag, but it's a lot of cool stuff. And Agu sent me some records as well, which I have in a special section that's for listening to, because he sent me some comedy albums, which I didn't have any comedy albums. And so you sent a few of those, and everybody wants to listen to that together. Yeah. So we're waiting. I'm going to get my parents in here and everyone, we're going to spin those records. And I've got a new system coming for the living room. And when that comes in on Friday, then we're going to set up a date where we can all listen, because nobody wants to sit in this room. I don't know why. I think it's great.
What do you mean? Why not?
Nobody wants to sit in this room. Yeah. They all want to listen to the living room and relax. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. And we'll catch you next time on Bub's Comics. Remember to read a comic and spin some records, and don't apologize for the glare. And, the hisses and pops that's just the sound of good music. All right, we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.